Hey, good afternoon, guys. Let me make sure this volume is up. If you don't already know, I live in Long Island, New York. There's a lot going on here. Between the forced pause, we were starting phase one, and protesters came out here, and they are, some people saying they're um, peaceful, but they're choosing to come out at night, 12 a.m. in the middle of the night. People who protest peacefully don't decide to come out at 12 o'clock a.m. There's more of a plan there. They did do damage, especially in Queens, and they started to branch out into the um, Nassau County, more suburb area. Very sad what happened in Queens. I don't live that far away from Queens. Unnecessary. They did it at night. So now everything is half shut down, more than half, because people are just going out during the day, getting what they need, and they're staying in the evening, and they're not even ordering food. I know I said I was going to skip a couple of weeks, but I'm a hustler. I was like, I can still, I'm very grateful for the FPUC. We'll talk about that too. But, the forced pause was put upon us, the people. So we should be taken care of. We paid into the system for years. Enjoy it while it lasts. Good thing that's coming in. So I thought maybe I would at least work one day and feel pretty good about myself. Being around people, keep the momentum up till this nonsense is over. I mean, I really do love what I do online, but I want to work with someone. I want to do something. So, Long Island, Nassau County, last night they came right down the street from where I live, and places are boarding up their windows, and there was damage done. And I just checked it out myself with my own eyes, and it's like they had to board up their windows. That means somebody did something. There were cops everywhere, there were people everywhere, and many different locations. And it's just halting everything. I'm not against protesting, but why do you have to do it in the middle of the night? Just, oh, I was listening to many channels, people who are really following that progress of the stimulus. At least I understand the FPUC. I don't believe we're going to get it either. I think they're going to. I overheard from many channels because that's how they're building their audience, and they talk about other financial things, and they're just talking about what's going on today on top of their already created channels, which are very educational. Um, Instead of having the FPUC pay 600 a week, they're thinking of cutting it in half and giving people a little money until the end of the year. It's because this went on way too long. There's a lot of areas that have been hit very hard, and it's not fair. And even if you have a regular job, hours have been cut. Your way of working have been cut. I know many people who have full-time jobs and they're working part-time from home still. And then I know people who have full-time jobs that are receiving full pay and they want to increase school taxes. They don't open up the schools. I voted no. No. They'll they won't get what they want, but they'll still receive a little bit of money even if everybody says no. There's still no guarantee that schools are going to be opened. Or why should these people receive full paychecks? It's not fair. Not unless they're going to teach. they're working part-time. Well, there are a lot of people out there that have full-time jobs that are forced to work only part-time now, and they're doing it virtually from home. Sad. Thanks for joining in. See, people are freaking out. It's nothing's the same. Nothing is the same. People watch and catch up when you can. So I did pay attention, guys. The proposed plan for the FPUC, they want to cut it in half after July 31st and give about $300 until the end of the year, on top of the little bit of unemployment that you receive. Unemployment don't pay anything. It's an insult. And plus, you got to pay taxes on all this money, guys. This isn't free money. Just remember that. Even though they're going to cut it down, you got to pay taxes on it, just like it's an income. It's taxable income. Remember that. What else did I want to share with you? Oh, I did do a video. Sometimes it's hard for me to spit it out, but I got my point across. I started investing in the stock market because of the gig economy. When Robinhood came out, I learned about it, and then I learned about Webull, and then I started doing my own research and learning. Make sure you have a beneficiary on your accounts, guys. Make sure it's left to someone, and you have it in a folder, and they're in the know what they have to do if anything ever happened to you, and you go deceased, that they could just open up a folder, and in the first week of you passing, I know it sounds cruel, but kind of sad, but you have to do that if you don't want your beneficiaries to miss out on what you have stashed away. Whether it be savings or checking, you're investing. Um, so that's what I'm taking advantage of this opportunity, this forced pause slash forced stay in at night because of protesters. So take the opportunity to better your financial position while you're forced to do this. So I enjoy what I do online. I just want to go out and about and work with someone. And I thought delivering would be a good idea, but it didn't ring. I put it on. And that's why I'm out in the park. Oh, I'll show you something. So I'm out in a park. It's a town in Merrick towards the end. It's very pretty. It has a little park. And it's this canal that goes all the way around. It's very, very nice. I wanted to switch it up instead of the same area all the time. And it's about to downpour. It's getting really black and nasty. So take this opportunity to put yourself in a better position so when all this stuff is over with, you know, you'll be in a better position instead of doing nothing and feeling sorry for yourself. You know, make your financial position stronger. Well, the reason why I'm not, and I'm choosing not to, is because I'm tired of the masks. Why put myself in an uncomfortable position unless I have to? And they did contact me on Labor Day, Friday night, and they wanted me to stock Father Day cards at a CVS. And that's a gig that I really like. And they wanted me to work on a Sunday, 120 bucks. No, no, I'm sorry, not 120 bucks. It was 15 an hour, and they expected it to be done in 3 hours. A gig like that is not done in 3 hours. And they said in the app that you cannot go over the 3 hour time. They're not taking into consideration. See, they want you to work for free. And that's what's so sad about that. I only take it if it's, worth it, if it makes sense to me. They wanted 15 an hour. They wanted it done in 3 hours. But when you walk in, of course, it's a little bit of a shocker because sometimes management don't know where you're coming from because they're they are hoping for people like me, and I ended up doing it, getting my point across, like why I'm there and who I represent, and that I was representing Crossmark through the survey.com app. and I'm here to restock Father Day cards. That means take down the Mother Day cards and put up the Father Day cards. That was the job. That means introducing yourself to management. That usually takes 10 to 15 minutes for them to feel comfortable that you're in their store, because most people are not aware of it yet because they have a ton of responsibility. I mean, managers aren't stupid. A store manager that's running a whole store, they're not stupid people, and they have a ton of stuff on their mind. So you have to work with that and you have to speak to them just right. And then, of course, they get someone to show you where, okay, here's the location. Now go in the back and find the boxes with them, get it in the cart. Now you start working. And that's after signing the vendor book, taking a picture. Then you have to make sure they give you a mask. Then you have to make sure they give you gloves. And the app wants you to take pictures of the mask and the glove, new, and their disinfectant, bags, like a mask comes in a bag. It's sealed. They want to see that. There's a lot of play here, and they want it all done in 3 hours. Where when I did Rite Aid, it was an all day affair. It made sense. I went to the same store a handful of times. The people like me. I like them. And the moment I said that out loud, they took it away from me. People are sick in the head. These companies are sick in the head. Hey, she's a good worker. How about we move her around and put her where she don't want to be so she'll be kind of happy. She'll just have to accept it and not be really happy. How exhausting. So that's why I didn't do any of those jobs. And I was willing, like at first when I saw it, I went, oh, I'll work all day and do that. I was good at that. I did a great job. I put all the signs up and rotated everything. I did it really nice. And then they said 3 hours, 15 an hour. You got to have it done in three. That's not going to happen. I mean, they're living in a la la land. That's really going to happen in 3 hours. So I gave up on that for a while. So I could go home and work. I just thought I'd give it a go and never rang the apps. I gave it 35 minutes. And a friend of mine, a family member, is helping me because they have everything set up for their children. They're helping me. They're telling me what to do, and I'm following their lead. So I have everything that I own properly set up on paperwork that the state doesn't take it or decide who gets what when that time comes, if that ever comes. I'm planning on being around for another 40 years. Know what I mean, guys? KB, hello, how are you? So thanks for joining in. True, it drives me crazy. It drives you crazy. Oh, are you a manager? Because, you know, many times I've walked into stores and like, who are you from? Where are you from? What? What? And I used to work for Crossmark on the books. So they're going through an app. But if they're really expecting all of that to be done in 3 hours, what the hell's the matter with you? You're living in La La Land. I want to start driving home. It's getting really dark. It's supposed to be really nasty. My family in Jersey, we were, video texting each other. I took a break, showed her the beautiful view, and she said that it's getting really black. It's supposed to rain real bad in Jersey. She said it looks like somebody put a cloth over the sun. Isn't that pretty? It's a nice little location. Some people came down here just to eat lunch and stretch out for like 10, 15 minutes, and then they left. It's a nice little spot. Very cool. I guess I go down here. Wow, it's getting really dark. I might as well just go home. Guys, I know like Gig Life with Lexi told me, don't be defeated. But many people in different states, we're all going through the same thing. We're all feeling the same thing. And it's not all about gig workers. I know plenty of people in my building, they have good full-time jobs. And they're working at home and they're only working part-time. They're only receiving part-time hours. Because businesses are trying to stay afloat too. No, just keep the ball rolling until all this is over. And it seems like every day there's another thing holding it back from phase one being fully completed. Fully completed. Like let's move on with it. But not when you have 100 cops on the street protecting people's property. You know, it's so ridiculous. Oh, you can't see that. These homes right here are really nice. Very pretty homes. I'll show you another time. Thanks for joining in. I wanted to give an update. So enjoy it while it lasts. I'm happy till the end of July. And then after that, they are, deciding, the Senate, Congress, Senate, President, all deciding if we're going to get half of 600 now till the end of the year. Like we people, it'll be a shocker. People aren't going to get jobs immediately. And if the places do open, they're not going to be busy immediately. And many businesses will probably go through a transition back to full time. A lot of these places, they probably will expect their workers to work remotely a little bit to save money. You know, just the way it is. No, having to wear a mask, can't expect wearing it for hours. Well, I did it for that one job at Rite Aid. I really did like it because they were nice and I fit in. But people who have to wear it day and night as they're part of their job, I feel for them because I don't have to put myself in that position. So I just make sure I wear my mask when I deliver food and I pick up food. Thanks, KB. I can't stand wearing a mask. It's suffocating to me. Well, it makes your body functions work harder if you're healthy. I'm a true believer in that. Like, it's sweating and always touching it. It's sweat, it makes it harder. Makes a healthy person slowly start getting less healthy and less strong. I won't go there. Only working part time. I'm trying to hold down the household so everyone else can work. Mhm. I gotta stop looking for a moment, guy. It got really dark, and I do live on the South Shore. When it comes in, it gets black. Oh, it's starting to rain. I might as well go home. Does New York require you to work? Searching to. Well, that's why I'm willing to work, but they took away the one thing I right now I like doing. They put this into play. I didn't cause this. So I never had a problem. I just tell them, I did try. You know, I know the question says that, but there's so many people out there that do what they love to do and enjoy doing. Why do I did for many years. I explained this many times. The last 10 years of waitressing, I really despised it. It made me physically ill how much I disliked it. But I knew I was on my way to making it happen, change. So I feel I don't need to do something I don't like doing. I did that. I don't have other individuals to worry about. Like I'm not raising children. It's different when you have kids. Got to do what you got to do. But I'll never apologize that I put myself in a position that I can do what I want to do. You know, I know what it is not to have, and I know what it is to work a job I'm not crazy about. Uh, and I did it for a long time. So don't get caught in the storm. Well, it's already starting. Florida will start to require it after June. We need to show them that we are applying for jobs. Oh, yeah, well, they say, can you work? Yeah, well, I could if places were open. The service is in demand here, but not during all this chaos. I'm with you on that. I could never go back to that. Never. Once you adjust to a new way of living, you know, I did my hard time. And that's why I'm succeeding online and I'm ready for something else. But everything should slow down until this is over. I know it's going to come to an end. But they were protesting right around here. There was like 300 people here yesterday, and there were cops everywhere. And one of the places have boards on their windows. Somebody did damage, and they stopped it. And there was a big riff on Facebook how they had the residents were standing in the street going, "Go back," and they tried to put a racial thing on it. Um, I happen to feel that All of us should get out of our house. Tell them all to go away. Stop damaging property. Everything that starts peaceful, it seems, in my opinion, 80% of the peaceful protests turn into violence. And why do you have to protest at 12 in the morning? That means you have more of an agenda going on there. It's very, very sad. And the proof's in the pudding. People get pictures. People are watching. Places are being boarded up. Places are being burnt down. Places are being thrown with bricks. The properties are getting destroyed. And the residents of Merrick got out in the road and said, go away. You're not taking my stuff from me. Good for them. They have every right to protect their property. Every right. I didn't take it. I drove by that protest. I stopped for a little while. I paid attention. And I said, well, these people have every right to protect what's theirs and they work for. And that's all. And you know what? They're coming from people who don't have anything. A lot of them. Not all, but a lot. How dare you? How dare you think that somebody shouldn't have something that they work very hard for? So I support them. And if it happened in Freeport, I would support the same residents in Freeport. And if it happened in Baldwin, I would say the same thing. If it happened in Rockville Center, I would say the same thing. If residents want to leave their homes, get in the street and say, you're not touching my property, get out. You're not touching my property. I'm not going to let you. They have every right to do that. It's their property. They work for it. That's just my opinion. So, guys, I'm very saddened about what's going on with the gig economy. I bet you I probably would get a few deliveries, but half the places are closing earlier and earlier. They're not even opening. A lot of places aren't even open now. At least half the places that should be open are not opened. Not all places felt it was worth struggling that hard to run their business, to keep their business afloat. And at least half are never coming back. They just felt defeated. They probably will reinvent themselves and start over when the time comes. But that's just the way it is. So I'm gonna go home and do some writing, some working, some doing. And it's black out here. You can see the windows. You can see, I don't know if you can see that. It's about to come down. The rain's about to come down. It's just so sad. But again, I do live in New York State, and this is what's going on here. So thanks for joining in, guys. I'll wait till I pull up and say goodbye. It's the least I can do. You joined in, you gave your 2 cents. I hope the gig economy comes back to life because it is a great way to earn extra income. I planned on working to fill up my fridge and get gas, and I'm being prevented from doing that because nobody's really using the services because they're going out during the day because they're going stir crazy. And then at night, they got food at home where dinner rush should be slamming, and it's not at all. Lunch rush, 10:30 to 2:30. I can't believe it. It was 37 minutes. I had the apps on, not one ring during prime time. So that's that. I'm almost home. I'm going to shut off the app, guys. It's getting nasty out here. I might as well be in and be safe. And I won't be out tonight because the protesters come out at night and walk up and down the roads and the streets. Why they can't do it during the day? Not all are working. But for some reason, they feel the need to come out at 12 a.m. in the middle of the night. So it's nice to see communities stepping out, protecting their property. They have every right to. All right. Guys, it was a pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for the likes. Any likes are appreciated. Yes, we will do the same. We have the same here. Hard to deliver food with roads full of people. Yes, absolutely. It's very hard right now. I only go out early, and most places, well, where I live, people are going out during the day, and then they stay home at night and they're safe, unless they're forced to work. Some people are working, like the police. They had so many cops there. The police could be doing better. It just, and then you see the windows boarded up. It's like, up, somebody did something. Yep, that's wonderful. The cops are out making sure, and the community. I'm in VA. It's happening all over. Oh, Virginia. No kidding. Wow. That's what I said. They wait till dark out. What the hell? It is crazy. What the hell? It's not even like it's dinner time after 9 to 5 jobs. They're going out at 12 a.m. in the middle of the night. Why are they even allowed to? They shouldn't even be allowed to do it. But I guess it's hard to control thousands and thousands and thousands of people. But I happen to support the people, the community. They got out there and they said, "You're not destroying our property. Go away. Go away." They weren't having it. They're just screaming, "We're here for peacefulness." But that window was just broken. And that's why they're boarding it up. So don't claim it's so peaceful. They just took action. You had the community and the police officers telling people, "You're not doing that here. You think you are, you're not doing it." And I don't blame them. Boston is a mess too. Damn. Hey, Frank, what's going on? South Nassau. See? Frank knows. He's someone from Nassau County. Hey, Michelle, Grubhub has been dead in South Nassau. It's bad now. You're damn right it's bad, Frank. During primetime lunch, should have been slamming. Dinner rush, go back out at 5:30 and work till 9. You should be slamming. It is dead. And that goes for Uber Eats. I had them both on 37 minutes, not one ring, not a one. And the merchandiser app in my area, they want you to work for free. They think you could get that done in 3 hours. Go ahead. Don't you work over 3 hours, because then we're not going to pay you. Well, I can't just leave a store with a job half done. They're really messed up. Nah, you keep working online, guys. Go visit my other YouTube channel, Internet Education 101 YouTube channel. The links will be in the description below. I share info about working online and setting up multiple streams of income to work in your favor while you're not physically working, from work you did yesterday. And then, you can visit a lot of other things. MyIncomeJob.com. All the links are in the description below. Thank goodness. There's nothing wrong with having a job. You know, Part-time job, work my business. I made my life a little easier, more secure. It was the best thing I ever did. I'd be so screwed. Oh, glad to hear it. Thank you. Slow down here. I can go 3 hours without a ring. Oh, I'm so happy I gave up after 37 minutes. Even in the Bay Area in California, curfew was 8. See, I I wanted to see what was going on. My mother called me. I was walking. I was getting exercise. I walked for an hour. And I was like, I'm going out. It's only a town away. I want to see what's going on. And I paid attention. I saw what was going on. And I said, I don't blame them. They broke one window and it was stopped immediately. Cops everywhere and the community. You're not doing that here. Go away. And then they get more rowdy as the night goes on. It's like, oh, it's 9 o'clock, it's 10 o'clock. Let's cause more damage. Ridiculous. Oh, I support the community. Now, see, every place. It's not just here, it's all over the United States. You're welcome, KB. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm going to head up now before the rain really comes down. It's coming down. See, you hear it. I got to go. Oh, I'm going to get soaked. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining in, and I'll be around. Maybe next week I'll get lucky with a day. We'll take it week by week. I'll see you soon, guys. Have a good one. Bye, guys.